Allow me to illustrate something for you, but first, a little tidbit. So, I've been talking about voting. Don't mind my hair. It's been a rough morning. We were having discussions about voting. Obviously, the midterms are coming up, and America is on fire. So, whenever we have a voting cycle, there's always a lot of people, more and more it seems, every voting cycle that say, voting doesn't count. Voting doesn't work. It doesn't work, so I'm not going to participate. Let me show you something. Okay, these are stick figures. There's 10 of them here. These are going to represent our voting demographic. 10 is because we can make it easily into some percentages. Now, I'm going to demonstrate using pink for Republican, blue for Democrat, and 3 for a third-party write-in, how voting actually works and why y'all say it doesn't work when it actually is working the exact way it's intended. I will also note, this is not for the presidential election. The Electoral College is not what we're talking about right now. That is a complete separate different issue, but you know what? Down with that bitch too. So say we're voting for governor. It's very easy because everyone votes for the governor in their state. There's no gerrymandering that could, disrupt that. So say that out of 10 people that are over the age of 18 that can vote, and these are registered voters. These are not every single citizen. These are registered voters. So if 3 people vote Republican, 2 people vote Democrat, 1 person votes third party write-in, and 4 people stay the fuck out, let's see how that works out. Who's gonna win this fucking election? This is a circle. We're gonna turn this bitch into a pie chart so I can illustrate to y'all what the fuck going on here. Okay, to make things easier, I have my math here, okay? Let me fill this in. Look, could I have done this in Word and had a pretty graph? Absolutely. But let's focus on the thing at hand. Voting doesn't work. How does it not work? 30% of the people that voted this way. 20% voted this way, and 10% voted this way, and 40% didn't participate. Who's going to fucking win? Class? Who's going to win? Class? But do you see how the overwhelming majority of voters, not even the population, but the overwhelming majority of voters don't want this? But if you don't participate, you don't get a voice. You sat this one the fuck out. So how does it not work when you're not participating? It looks like it's working to me. Majority rules, bitch. Isn't that what the fuck we signed up for, democracy? Okay, so I thought I'd come back and illustrate without the people that are not participating what the actual numbers that are counted is going to look like. So we just did this where I illustrated that if you don't participate, your vote doesn't count because you didn't have a vote. And so based off that, I'm going to do a chart with just this information. So we're going to go pink for Republican again, blue for Democrat again, and yellow for write-in candidate. Okay, so just as a chart last time, 3 people are going to vote Republican, 2 people are going to vote Democrat, and 1 person is going to vote for a write-in candidate. Okay, I got my math set up. Do you see where we're going with this? Okay, look. So we're counting votes. Who won? Again, this is not the majority of voters. This is a survey. 30% of voters took 50% of the votes. Like, what? Okay, so I want to come back and verbally convey this in this video. When we're talking about voting outside of the presidential election, we're talking about voting for these things. And this is not an exhaustive list of everything you're voting for. City council, your school board. So who's going to be in charge of your kids' education? The sheriff's department. Who's in charge of the police around you? I could have put the mayor in here, the governor in here, the prosecutors and your public defenders. Who's going to be enforcing the law in court? Who's going to be helping out the citizens where you live? Your judges. Also, not even the people. There are going to be bills, referendums, and amendments to your state constitutions on the ballot. And if you let these voters come in and vote and you say voting doesn't work, and you sit this one the fuck out, who's going to be in control over your city council, your school board, your sheriff department, your all of your criminal justice, anything? Who's going to be fixing your streets? Who's going to set the speed limits? Y'all got to open y'all's minds. And so I also want to say, when I say down with the two-party system and I want y'all to vote, but don't necessarily vote for blue, I'm saying all of y'all right here in this area that's choosing not to participate when you have the ability and you are registered to vote, I'm asking y'all right here to vote with them. But in order for you to vote with them and for you to take over 50% of the voting, y'all are going to have to be on one accord. And it's going to have to be the same person running against these people over here. Down with the two-party system, down with the electoral college, and down with this idea that you can just sit the fuck out and things are going to fucking change. They're not.